You never seen a Jew play guitar? I don't think Jews with Bob Dylan.
Oh yeah, no, Jews be struggling. What the fuck?
Jews be strumming. That's all right.
Yeah, okay, we're going. Yeah, you throwing me off with the Crocs. Where are you? You don't have a bag.
No bag.
So you're just going to the soccer field after this?
Yeah, the soccer field is right by my house, so I'll stop by the. Yeah, no, I'm just
Okay.
gonna play in Crocs.
I don't know what's going on. Well, in some countries, they don't even have shoes. So
That's
I don't
true,
know if
and-
this is like a
and-
Crocs league.
Yeah, no, it's just more of an homage to those with less. You know, if I'm not playing soccer in cleats until everybody has cleats, you know, that's a promise.
There you go. That's the Eliot Thompson promise. Play and with that sweater.
Yeah, yeah. This is you know, this is a classic. I got told by somebody on the street today that I look like Barney.
That's exactly what I thought of when you walked in. It's
And I have
Barney
not-
exact colors.
It's yeah. I hadn't thought about that goofy little guy for probably I don't know. When was the last time you watched Barney? When was the last time you saw
Last
Barney?
Tuesday.
Last Tuesday?
Yeah.
Barney disappeared. Where's Barney?
Where's Barney right now? That might be one of those stories that did not work out. One of those like true Hollywood stories.
Surely there wasn't just. You think it was just one Barney? I never got that. Where it was like you could just get another guy. It's
You
not
can't just get another Barney.
it's
Can
not
you get another Leonardo DiCaprio? No.
Yes, you could if Leonardo DiCaprio was covered in a giant dinosaur costume. It would be very
Okay.
easy to. It would be very easy to get another Leonardo DiCaprio.
There's only one Big Bird.
I know, and I don't really understand. It's not like the depth of the characters is so profound that another actor couldn't just like hop in the suit and do a pretty good bird.
I think you're really diminishing the character arc of Barney.
It's the same
or
with all
Big
these.
Bird.
No, dude, there's
Elmo?
got to be like a Muppet Union, dude, where like they.
You think
they're
there's
like,
a Muppet Union?
yeah, where they're like nobody gets to. Nobody. I'm Big Bird till dead. It's a lifetime appointment. It's like the Supreme Court.
The president-elect
Yeah.
Big Bird.
Yeah. Dude, Big Bird's done more for this country than most of these jerk-offs in Washington.
Listen, it's enough, all right? Biden has to elect Elmo, or else it's
Dude.
going to be a swung.
Yeah.
It's going to be too conservative of a Muppet cast.
Yeah. And you'd think they were, you know, you'd think the Muppets would be progressive, but they haven't gotten that little guy out of the trash can, and he's been in there for decades, and nobody's been like, you want a home?
You would think if they're elected to a lifetime sentence, there'd be a lot more slurs on Sesame Street. It's a very
Rich,
liberal.
it's a show for kids.
Well, yeah, but still, kids in 1952 were different than kids now.
I bet they. What do you think the dirtiest word ever said on Sesame Street is? I think they've ever said fart.
I don't think they've ever said fart, but they've definitely said anti-PC things.
Like
If we went back,
Negro.
oh, 1,000%, 1,000%, and they said it in like a positive way. Like, oh, the Negroes across the street just moved in, and then it's just
Negro.
Can you say that's more Dora the Explorer? Who I don't know what her I don't know what her political beliefs are.
Again, it's like it's a cartoon. Like if Dora were to die, the actor behind the Dora, don't even tell the kids. Just swap them out.
I think they could do that.
Like
Though.
like a dad would do with like a beloved family pet,
yeah,
like a turtle or something.
yeah. They just replace
But
it.
just replace it.
Okay. Well, it's easier to do in Dora. Well, I guess you could do it with the costumes too. I don't know how this goes.
I say swap them. I remember my aunt was friends with some of the guys in the Blue Man Group.
Some of the guys. Well,
Yeah,
we
like the
learned
original,
from Juan.
the original. Pardon,
Juan Nicolone. You're familiar with Juan.
Yeah.
Good friend of the program.
friend of the program.
You know that was his job. Not he wasn't a Blue Man. But he worked for Blue Man Group for like 3-4 years.
No, I didn't know that.
When the first time we've met him until the pandemic.
What?
Yeah.
He was a Blue Man, or he was like a stage guy?
He did he says he did marketing, but I think he was an usher.
Yeah.
Which makes
know
a
what?
lot of sense.
Juan, keep that up. Keep that facade up. We know that, for your visa, you've got to be in marketing. You can't just
I think I have to delete this for his visa. I think they checked this. I think this is employment for him.
Yeah. Juan,
How
the jig
is he
up.
here?
Dude, I think he...
It's not
I
the
think-
soup jokes.
I think every woman in the East Village that he sleeps with, he gets to extend his visa by another 10 days.
Is that how it worked? He's probably sleeping with the entire DA's office.
That's right. And it's the only... He's barely holding on. He's... That's
He's got a tight bod.
tight bod.
Tight little bod.
Juan, call me.
But yeah, okay, so your aunt... Go. So your aunt knew the Blue Men?
Yeah, she knew one of the Blue Men, one of the original Blue Men, and allegedly, they were crushing it, but they were the big breakthrough was when the Blue Men realized that any man could be a Blue Man. Because it was this original cast,
Right.
and they were kind of stuck in this original cast of guys, and then they realized that, I can actually just run the Blue Men and get another Blue Man to Blue Man. You know what I mean?
So was this an original Blue Man?
Yeah, this was the original Blue Men, back in probably the early 90s or something.
Okay, Roger Blumen.
Yeah. Roger Blumen, New York Jew. And
There you go.
and smart guy. And he was he said, what do I need to be why can't somebody else just be a Blue Man? Why do I have to be a Blue Man every day?
Is that accent a Jewish
I was
accent or a
trying to do
Blue
Jewish.
Man
I was trying to
accent?
do Jewish.
It was good. I don't think Blue Men have accents. They don't speak.
They don't speak.
They're not Sims. They don't move their mouths at all.
Right, that's true. Right.
That's better. This is good podcasting.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I forgot. Right. To all the listeners out there,
Just bad radio.
Right. I forgot that was the one thing that you're really not supposed to do is
Silence.
be silent. It's hard. Yeah, the Blue Men could never have a podcast.
Yo, now that's a good idea. The Blue Man podcast?
It's just
a silent film.
a silent film, or yeah.
Why are there no sign language podcasts?
For
For the deaf.
for the deaf, yeah. I mean,
That's a market no one's cornering right now.
yeah. I mean, no, there are.
There are?
Yeah, there are podcasts for the deaf. Every podcast is for the deaf.
Oh.
It's all the same pod to them. It's all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's I'm a big Joe Rogan fan. It's this guy, I've never seen that guy before.
They're actually fucking Joe Rogan. His episodes, he never changes it up. It's the same thing every week.
Do you think a deaf person's ever Joe Rogan said what?
Yeah, do you ever think a difference so I heard?
That probably isn't even in their language.
Yeah.
It's not even in the hand sign.
Dude, and it better not be.
It'd be offensive.
Yeah. That's hearing's our thing.
That's a conservative take on deafness. Hearing is our thing.
Stay in your fucking lane.
America is a hearing country.
That's true. Notoriously.
Always have been.
We hear not great listeners.
Not great listeners. No, we're always talking. We're always giving the opinion. We don't hear it back.
We do be talking. We
We
not be
do
listening.
be talking.
we be hearing what we're saying, and you better be hearing it too, because we ain't listening.
There you go. Appropriation. Caffeinated seltzer. First ever caffeinated seltzer.
Look at this. The flavors are just out of control.
Blackberry Mandarin?
Yeah. What the fuck?
That sounds like a sick rap name. Blackberry Mandarin.
Yeah, for a queer rapper from Oakland.
Yeah.
I'm Blackberry Mandarin. My name is Blackberry Mandarin.
These accents are wild. That's starting off hot. I got a few questions for you.
Okay.
They were coming off the top of my head. You're a New York kid. You grew up in New York.
Yeah.
What news station did you watch growing up?
I was PBS.
What?
Yeah, that was the only station I watched.
You didn't watch local news? You watched PBS?
No, New York One. New York One.
New York One.
Yeah, New York One and PBS. Those are my two stations.
Those are
I
not
wasn't.
equivalent.
I wasn't allowed to watch TV really, so I got PBS when I could. You know, they had some good stuff. Reading Rainbow, I believe.
Reading Rainbow. Were you a big Little Bear fan?
What the
Remember
fuck
Little
is
Bear?
that? No.
Oh, dude, Little Bear
Was he
fucked.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was out there. His friend was a turtle. I think.
It was an animated program.
It's an anime. Yeah. It wasn't like a little bear and a turtle.
I don't know.
Just teaching you shit. They can't speak. Bears, much like the deaf, can't speak.
Yeah, no, the deaf can
Except
speak.
bears don't sound
The deaf can-
stupid when
the
they
deaf
speak.
can speak. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Dude, yeah. It could sound like, ostensibly, the deaf voice could be really cool. They just got unlucky. You know?
Oh.
It just happens to sound funny.
Yeah. What do you think came? What do you think came first? People thinking the deaf voice sounded funny, or the deaf voice, and then we were like, that's pretty funny.
I think as soon as we're like, go ahead, try it, and they're like, wow, then we're like. It could have come out being like really cool. You know?
Just a bunch of cavemen sitting around the fire. They're like, no, try it.
They're like, and then they're like, he's like, I'm not blind, you idiot. Like I could see you.
Unless humans were naturally deaf when we were first created, and that's the original human language.
I don't think so.
Yeah, neither do I. I'm just trying to put a positive spin on this.
You know what, Rich? I just don't think that's
I
right.
don't think that's how it works. It would be great if all deaf people, regardless of what language you spoke, you try to speak it, you all understand each other.
I do feel like that's how that works, though. Because they do speak with the same inflection.
They do. Spanish, English, German, you would assume. They all sound like they have peanut butter on the roof of their mouth.
One of them, but there's got to be like, slight variation. Like, I wonder what the coolest language to be deaf in is. You know, like, what's like a Chinese deaf person sound like?
Same exact thing.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And like, just one more time. Let me just. It's like not as filtered Chinese.
Right.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting the conversation to go here, I'll be honest.
I know, maybe we shouldn't release this one.
No, this one's going out. It might not be the clip, but boy, are we doing it.
Fuck.
How was the date last night?
Date last night went pretty good.
Okay.
Knew a girl that I met in real life, which is...
In real life?
Which is good. In real life and not at a bar.
What does that mean?
Like...
At a show?
I went to the beach. She was friends with some of my friends. She was at the beach. And it turned out that she had come over to my house when I lived in like a punk house in Crown Heights like 8 years ago.
I didn't know you lived in a punk house in Crown Heights.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me.
That's the truth. Yeah, I was living in a punk house. We had shows in the basement. We called it Bottom Bell House because there were two. There's an upstairs and downstairs, and we were the downstairs, and so we wanted people to hit the bottom bell of the two.
Oh,
bells.
that's good.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
Wait, but who was upstairs? There's like random people.
Yeah, I think his name was like Rodney.
Rodney?
Yeah, he was an EMT. Nice guy. And he had a pit bull named Rambo.
Wow.
And I've been talking about with people about, like, are you a dog person?
Yes.
Yeah. Or do you, like, love all dogs? Are you like, there's no bad dogs?
Oh, there's bad dogs.
Yeah.
There's 100% bad dogs.
Yeah. Like, and I will say that I've met nice pit bulls in my day.
I'm sure you have.
I'm not anti-pit. I will say that a badly trained pit, the worst thing in the world.
Some would say, and by some I mean vets.
Yeah, dude, this fucking pit bull was like it was a bully pit. You know what those are?
A bulldog pit bull?
American bully pit. It's like a type of, it's like maybe it's like slightly bred with a bulldog, but it's like the pit bulls that look like they bench press like 400 pounds. And
A pit bull that takes your
and
lunch
like-
money.
and that their like arms are like this, and it just has like fucking
Yes.
triceps.
I know exactly what
and,
you're talking
and-
about.
And its head is like a great white shark head.
Yes.
You know, and
And he was an EMT who had this.
he's an EMT.
You
Yeah,
need to be an EMT for
You
all
just-
the people that got bit by
that's
his
what I'm
fucking
saying.
dog.
Just to stimulate business, and this every time. So there'd be like there's a front door, and then there like the two doors were next to each other. So we enter the front door, two doors. Anytime when I would open the door, Rambo would come down the stairs full speed and just throw his whole body against the door. And so every time that I would enter my apartment, I would just and like the foundation of the building would shake.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. That's pretty punk rock.
Yeah, he wasn't invited to shows. I was actually extremely terrified of
Is
this
there
animal.
anything more punk rock than a dog just throwing its entire body into you?
No, he would
That's
do,
a pit.
he
That's a
would do-
mosh pit.
That is, yeah.
That's exactly what
That's
it
a
is.
bully pit. Hey.
Just had to make sure. That's why it's called a pit bull.
Yeah,
It's a
dude,
bull in a mosh
It's a
pit.
mosh pit bull. Yeah,
That would have been a
Oh,
good
yeah.
clip if I didn't stand up.
that would have
Yeah,
been.
well,
That, you know.
What are you going to do? Well, we'll still
should
go
we,
with
should
the
we run
death
it back? Yeah. Oh my, dude. I'm too tired to censor myself.
You sound like a boomer.
I'm just too tired. You can't get mad. It just slipped out because I didn't get 8 hours last night, and you know when I get less than 7, I do be slurring.
I do be slurring.
The levees break and it all comes out. It's a hurricane and bombs. Yeah.
Wow, that would be a good title if it wouldn't get censored.
Yeah. Okay. This is actually okay. So in 8th grade, I had a. Oh my god, this episode is gonna ruin my life.
You could easily not talk about
I'm
it.
too tired. I cannot. In 8th grade, I had a substitute teacher for a music class who played the Sly Stone and the Family. What's a Sly Stone and the Family Band? What the fuck was that band called?
I have
And
no idea what you're talking
Sly Stone
about.
song called "Don't Call Me N-Bomb Whitey," and he played it for a class of 8th graders for no reason.
He just played it.
He just was like, "Listen to this shit."
Class dismissed.
Literally, and the whole class. So the song goes, "Don't call me N-word, Whitey. Don't call me Whitey, N-word." That's like the refrain.
That's the chorus.
Yeah.
And now, what kind of teacher was this?
He was like a weird
Ethnically.
older. He was a white guy. He was a weird older white guy with long hair. I mean, if you're a substitute teacher and you're like in your 50s, you're kind of doing it for fun. You're kind of like doing it to fuck around. like you're probably got. I don't know what if he retired from like something else and he had like a little pension going, but these subs would just come in and just like be like, I'm just gonna try some shit, you know?
I'm more of like an experimental teacher.
Yeah, he's like, maybe this will bring them together, in a way. And the class went fucking crazy. We all thought it was the funniest thing because the N-word like wasn't. Of course, it was bad, but it like hadn't reached the heights of badness that it is now.
Well,
Like, no, like people were saying it.
oh, people, yeah, that doesn't mean it wasn't.
No, but people, you say it now. Nobody says it now.
Oh,
I wish
people
that there
say
was-
it now.
Nah, I wish there was like, if Big Brother is, if they are listening like on our phones, you know, I hope they are keeping track of just like N-word usages like in life, because I do feel like it's just been
A straight,
a straight drop, but there's a great
Right.
word for it, like a trip.
a deceleration.
No, not a deceleration, like when something goes off a cliff, you know.
A drop.
But yes, but there's a nice adjective that I was trying to. I'll think of it. I've been doing that a lot. I've been losing words and then gaining them back, like 45 minutes later.
The levees are breaking.
Yeah,
You be slurring.
I do be slurred, and so everyone was like, "That's the funniest thing that's ever happened." This guy just played a song that was mostly the N-word. for our 8th grade music class.
Yeah.
And then this was back in the age of Facebook groups, and my friend and I became the moderators of a Facebook group called,
Oh boy.
The Refrain. And everybody joined it, and it was like, just repeated it in the car. Everybody's.
You just typed the lyrics to the song.
And that was huge for us. That was probably the last time that we really. I mean, one of my friends still says it, like proudly, and he's allowed. He's truly. His name is Albert, and he truly has a pass. I don't know why. I didn't give it to him. I'm not allowed to give them out, but I think
the white guy.
Yeah, white guy, Albert.
Interesting.
Albert Trosnowski or something. He's
a Polish kid.
He's Polish from Staten Island, and he's the whitest guy you've ever seen in your life. And
he throws it out there.
Dude, he's beloved for it. People are like, do your N-word one. And he's like, okay.
Like it's a trick?
A little bit. But it's like, he's just good with it. He's just like knows what he's doing with it.
He knows what he's doing with it? He's like the hibachi chef of N-word?
Yeah, exactly. If a hibachi chef was like a Mexican guy or something, just like it's not the right race.
What is happening on this podcast?
Like a hibachi guy is usually like a Japanese gentleman, right? Who they are the ones that should be doing it.
Usually.
Right. So he's not a black man. So he was like, if the hibachi chef were, I could have gone.
He's nice with it.
If the hibachi chef were a black guy, how about that? Albert is like that with the N-word.
With the N-word.
Dude, he gets like, we'll be hanging out like all of our, like, all the high school boys, and he'll be dropping N-bombs, and people will just be like, that was pretty good, actually. He's like, did pretty good with that one. And they're black guys, and the black guys just know. He's like, Albert's got a pass. He's just got one.
Yeah, he's got a pass.
Yeah.
What's his pass? Pierogies?
He just had the confidence. He had N-word confidence. And he said it with love. Dude, I mean, it's a funny, like, it's funny. I'm sure this has been, like, repeated ad nauseum, but just, like, there are some guys, some white guys, who say the N-word and have more, like, close, loving relationships with black people than 99% of, like, the squawking, like, liberals that would never say. It's just like, it is a funny, it's like the same thing when some poor guy's like, I'm not racist, my best friend is black, and then somebody's like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You think that makes you not racist? Like, all right, how many black friends do you think that person has?
Not many.
Right. There is this fun, like, they do have a point a little bit. It's like,
they have a point.
It's like, how many black people do you love in your life? Not that they should be. I'm not saying that you should be allowed to say the N-word. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it is funny that some of the people. I feel like I have to look the camera in the eye now.
Like, you're acting like this is a live, like we're streaming.
So, I'm just saying that I think that there is something important about having, like, if you are going to be Mr. Anti-Racist, like, you should be. I'm trying to put this because it's not like it's fine that there's anti-rape, but
I want you to take control of this.
I think that having black friends means something.
Okay.
I think that it means that you're less racist than probably your white guy, the average like white Wesleyan graduate who is on Twitter being like,
Right. Well, what were they saying? That become Charlie Brown's teacher?
Yeah. At one point I just started saying bada and I don't really know why. Can you turn that off?
Oh, yeah. I'll be honest. This is not where I thought the podcast was going to go. I was going to ask you your favorite local TV station. If you shower, if you wash your feet when you shower. Do you wash your feet when you shower?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me if I shower, and I was like, excuse me.
Do you wash your feet?
Yeah, I actually do.
Do you?
Yeah, because I'm a pretty good athlete.
Well, you participate in sports.
Yeah, I participate in sports.
Yeah.
That's more accurate. And when I'm getting stuck in on the soccer field,
On the pitch.
On the pitch, I got my feet are my feet are fucked up. My feet are disgusting. They're just not. They're not like dirty. They're just like gnarled.
They're
just, like,
ugly feet.
They're just like covered in calluses. They've just been like beaten.
Right.
They've just been abused.
Well, it's very clear you don't know how to choose footwear.
What do you mean? This is no. You just don't know. You just won't allow yourself comfort. What are we talking about? You got see you with like Merrill slips. You don't take those out for a stroll every now and then.
Those?
Yeah.
Those aren't outdoor slips.
Yeah.
Those
why
are
not?
indoor slips.
Treat yourself. These are outdoor slips.
Oh, Crocs are outdoor slips.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous because you don't have the back secured around the heel.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you're a little wild with your Crocs.
Deadass. Walking through the train station, getting here, I almost just ate a full shit. I almost died.
You ate a full shit.
Yeah, I won't like. I did a double slip where you slip with you go swing swing.
Oh, like
not,
slippery.
Like you, yeah, like
yes.
But it was both feet swing swing, and I managed to. Yeah, but Life Flash also just would have been mortifying. That's not how you want to go, you know. Wall Street, 5 station, rush hour.
No.
Crocs on.
That's probably the worst part of it.
Yeah.
What do you think they would say if you got hit by that train? What do you think they'd say first? That kid's wearing Crocs, or is that kid wearing a Barney sweater?
The post the next day would just roast me instead of being like
the comment section on it would be like, "Yo, fuck that kid."
Man with the worst fit in the entire world.
We assume he jumped in front of the train.
Hilariously slipped into an oncoming train.
They show the camera footage, and everyone's like, "I'm not surprised."
Yeah. And Eliot Thompson was known for his being the moderator of some racist Facebook groups.
He had a friend that said it a lot, but it's cool he said it with love.
Yeah, he did. Still does, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. What was I? Oh yeah. So yeah, my feet are fucked up, dude. I keep my socks on. My wife won't see my feet until marriage.
That's where you're a Hasidic Jew.
Yeah,
ankles down.
Just my feet. Yeah, my feet.
Yeah. Ankles down, very conservative.
Yeah.
Everything else, you're loosey goose.
Yeah. I'm not allowed. Dude, my mom, when I was little, she tried to play like this little piggy game. I was like, not on my kosher feet.
No. Mother? She had to do it through a sheet.
They'll actually, it's little pastrami's. little cocktail wieners, but kosher.
Of course, they're all kosher.
Kosher.
Hebrew National.
Hebrew Nash. That's what my little twinkle toes are. Identify
Hebrew
as,
Nationals, little Hebrew Nashes.
Little Hebrew Nash, yeah.
We really detracted from the state. I don't know how we ended up here. You said you met her at the beach, and then you asked when's the last time I said the N-word. I was like, how did we get here?
Why did I ask that?
Why did you ask that?
Maybe it was
It's just a subconscious thing.
connected to the what's the worst word.
What did you
ever
talk
said.
about on this date?
We were talking about, just talked about, growing up. I really put on a big, I talk a lot about, being a kid from the city. That really gets them going.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they love that. Yeah.
Wait, where's she from?
Connecticut.
Greenwich?
No, some
Westport?
near Dansworth. I've never. I
don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. Yeah, we. We talked about me being a perfect stand-up. We talked a lot about. I did a lot of the talking. I've got to kind of rein
That's
that in.
a good sign.
Yeah, that's one where you like. I don't think she'll call me again, but I fucking crushed. You know what I mean?
Right. It's just that we weren't syncing up.
We
It's
weren't
just
syncing,
we weren't vibing.
But
like I crushed
I
the
was
date.
killing.
Do you know what would be a good bar idea? Where it's exclusively for first dates.
Yeah.
And the bartender gives you a full playback of the date. It gives you the pros and
Nightmare.
cons. Like, here's what
Yeah.
you did well. Here's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you did
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
You get a game tape.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a scouting report.
Yeah, I feel like that would be cool as like, you know, maybe like an MTV style show. But I feel like they had those shows, but it was always like it was just like the worst guys in the world being like, you didn't touch your arm enough. You know, you got to be touching the arms, then you got to touch the shoulders.
Are you talking about parental control?
Yeah, maybe. I feel like there was always like oh, they're going, and then the guy's got like an earpiece, and he's like, ask her about her mother. You know, I don't know.
Oh, no, I don't know this show. I think you're just making up a show.
But I'm saying that it could be a show, you know, and
It
it
definitely
actually
could be a show.
but like if you did that today with like people that were nice and like actually looking out for both, you know, it's like, hey, man, like you yeah, you know, you should have asked her maybe like a question.
Oh, you didn't ask any questions.
I asked very few questions.
You asked very few questions. Is this your usual workflow
She tried
of a date?
She was like, yeah. So I'm like, don't heckle me.
You're just working on bitch. Your phone's out. You're like, all right, what else can we work on here? This audience sucks.
Yeah, barked her in.
Yeah, at the beach.
Yeah, barked her in off the beach, you know.
Rockaway Beach?
Fort Tilden.
The fuck is that?
It's cool. It's like it's a little bit farther. I guess it would be south from Rockaway.
Oh,
on the same strip.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that fucking. I guess that is. Is it? That's just. Is it just fucking Long Island? Like, what is that like?
Well, did you go east or west?
It was. How is it east? West. West.
Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah, closer
yeah.
to the airport. It's never good when you're going closer to an airport.
I think so. I think it's cool. I don't know. It's like it's near fucking Breezy Point. Which way is
more
that?
west. I think more west.
More west. Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. And it's cool. I mean, dude, mad titties out. Everybody's got
Nude
their titties
beach?
out. Fort Tilden is pretty much nude, dude. It's right down the. Have you ever been to Jacob Reese?
No.
The beach in New York, if you're not hitting the beach in New York City, like you're missing out, you're blowing it. It's so fun. It's pretty close. You make a day out of it, and I could probably go like twice a week to the beach.
What does that mean? You could probably go twice a week, like your schedule allows it, or your.
No, I probably do. Like on average,
You do two times a week
Probably,
beach.
yeah.
To a topless beach that no one's ever heard of.
No, everybody's heard of it except fucking squares like you. If you were in the crowd that took their tops off, you'd be like, oh yeah, Tilden. Yeah, that's where my tits live.
That's where my tits live.
That's where my tits breathe.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's right down the beach from Jacob Reese, which has a gay section on it that is like fucking crazy. Yeah, it's crazy that it's cool. It's cool that it is allowed to exist in this way. It's just dudes in like their thongs. Last time I went there, I was hanging out with whatever like gay friends of mine, and we're like at the gay spot, and there's just like a gay.
Just a spot.
There's like a gay. It's like the corner. It's like right next to the pylon. Right next to the pylons. Is that what they're called? It's like the rocky. What are the strips called?
The
rocky. The strips
I know
of rocks.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
We're both. Are we?
A strip of rocks.
I feel like my
The break.
fucking
The rock break.
yeah.
That's not what it is.
A landing. Fucking.
Are they designed? Like,
Yeah.
was that man-made, or was nature
100%.
like
Just
people need a
here's
fucking break?
in perfect little. No, definitely not
Okay.
man-made. But it's right next to one of those things. Fuck. What the fuck? Oh my god. All right. I've got a couple words that are gonna have to come back to me. It was just the
The levee? It's not a levee. Call us in if you know what we're talking about.
Okay. Anyway, and so there's like there's like a guy in like a mermaid. He's got like he's got like a mermaid suit on.
Well, was it Saturday?
What does that mean?
The Mermaid Parade.
Oh no. This was just like a regular.
Oh, it's just a regular
like a
Fort
Tuesday,
Tilden day.
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was having a little mermaid photo shoot in the water.
Of course.
And then we're just chilling, and then dude, they've got these like little like sheet, probably like this high, sort of like cloth gates that go like around their little tent setups.
Okay.
Their little umbrella setups, and people are just like openly getting handies behind them. But it's like if you stand up, if you're down, you can't. It's a good blocker. But if you stand up, you see
what's happening.
Yeah, and then sort of got like the sun sets, and just like all the dicks come out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nocturnal cocks.
Dude, but it was so funny. It was like some Cinderella shit. Like
what?
the sun went below like the tree line, and all of the dicks on the beach
Everything turned into
just
a dick.
came out. Yeah, and it was the first time that I think that I've seen like a guy getting his dick sucked. I've never seen that. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't think I've ever seen it live.
Usually something you'd remember seeing.
I don't think I've ever seen it live. I don't think I've seen it. And then they also these gay guys.
You made it sound like a concert. I don't think I've ever seen them live.
And now I have a pretty good show. The crowd was going wild.
Loyal fans.
Yeah.
Loyal.
Lifelong, allegedly. And they also did this thing where the gay guys like they stand in. There's like 4 of them, and they stand in like a circle, and they all touch the heads of their penises together. Like,
so they're doing exactly what my dad thinks they're doing.
Exactly. He's like, because yeah, your dad's just thinking about it. He's like, what are those guys up to?
Probably just all standing in a
like,
circle.
I wonder. I've got some theories that I'm going to think about a lot.
That's exactly what like people in the 50s thought gays did. They probably just stand in a circle and touch dicks.
I like to think that that's how like gay men's penises. Did I just kick this out?
No, you're good.
I like to think that that's how like gay guys' penises charge. They have to charge them up.
That's how they just all have to synchronize.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool because like I don't think that necessarily like feels good, but it's like it was just like it felt kind of like like a jock move a little bit, like some locker room shit.
Alpha gays?
Yeah, like definitely some alpha gays. Huge one of these guys had just a monster schlong.
Is that King Gay?
He was probably Everybody knew about it. I'm sure. Everybody was like, "Oh, yeah."
I'm sure. If it's a beach full of gays and there's one guy with a big schlong,
monster
you would imagine
schlong.
everyone on the beach is like, "Oh, there's
Crazy.
Eric."
Yeah, just like, and it was like kind of like. It sounds like I was really looking at this guy's dick, but I swear I got maybe like 2-3 seconds of just seeing. I was taking in culture. It was like what I was like, not like I was at a museum, but I was seeing the site. I was.
Right.
This is all new to me. I'm not gonna not.
When
I'm
in
looking.
Rome.
I'm looking. I'm gonna look a little.
It's there to look at a gay.
It's hard
beach.
not to. It's a really big dick.
How long were you there for?
I was there like all day, but we left right when the sun because the sun was like, oh, this like at once this was like a welcoming space. Like anybody can go to the gay side. Even you could go if you wanted. But I would say that. No, I included you.
Okay.
I said even you.
Yeah, I know. Like, why'd you point me out like that? I could go.
Yeah.
What's up, gays?
Yeah, say that. And then they'll be like, come on in.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I would say after 9 p.m. or whatever, I would say that you got to go.
Oh.
I would say that then like the sun goes down and me and my friend were like, oh, we gotta go. Not like because I like being around people getting their dicks sucked made me uncomfortable. It was just like, oh no, this is like you guys are just gonna have sex now, and that felt a little bit like but it was funny. Like these guys are getting their dick sucked, and then it's like these like Rockaway like cop and firefighter sons and daughters are just having like a beach party like maybe 50 feet away, like right after like the gay divider, which was very funny.
Well, like children?
Yeah, like probably 16-year-olds who are just like pounding Four Locos and
Yes,
whatever.
okay.
And then it's just like that's New York, baby. It's children getting wasted in public and guys getting their dick sucked.
That's exactly what Middle America thinks is going on in New York.
And on one stretch of Rockaway Beach, they are.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, I miss drinking in public. That was a nice part of COVID. We got to drink in public.
You can still do it.
Yeah, but it's a little bit. I was talking with a friend of mine about. She was like, "Yeah, that time of COVID." I was like, "That kind of ruled," and she was like, "Actually, it was really scary."
I thought it was pretty sick.
Yeah, I was like, and she was like, "Yeah, but you're a guy. Like, as a woman, when people are everybody's just like hammered outside, suddenly walking home is like not as fun."
Oh, it's a problem here, but you do it in Paris. It's romantic.
Like, dude, yeah, exactly. That's what I said.
Is that what you said?
That's exactly what I said. I was like, so what are you anti, like, you just don't sound cultured, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sound scared. You sound like a little pussy. Take that attitude to France, I dare you.
And you didn't have a good date?
No. Yeah, that was a different friend. The date didn't do that much talking, so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a date spot?
No, she chose it. Actually, we went to the spot, Capri Social Club, which is right down the street from my childhood home, and Capri Social Club was when I was growing up, it was like a social club that you had to gain entry to, like you had to apply, or I don't even know.
Okay.
But it was like a members club, and it was because they wanted to smoke inside and they wanted to keep out Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, so New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still like the most ancient bartender in the world.
Still kicking out Puerto Ricans.
Yeah. And they're like, their thing is they do Jello shots for $1.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think they're known for another thing.
Kicking out Puerto Ricans?
Yeah, that seems to be what they're more known for.
Yeah. But now it's like it's been co-opted by, because it's like old school. It's like rented out probably once a month. They shut down the whole block, and some Law and Order will like shoot a scene inside Capri, because it's like kind of a time capsule sort of.
Okay.
And so the hipsters in Greenpoint love Capri now. Like everybody has their birthday party in the back room of Capri. And I'm like, I remember when it was a racist cop bar. It's like down the street from a precinct.
What I like how they're like, okay, listen, we can't smoke in here, that's fine. If that's what the law is, that's what the law is. But I'd be goddamned if an Ortiz walks in here.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it took them. They held on.
How many Puerto Ricans are going to Greenpoint?
Puerto Ricans, there's mad Puerto Ricans. There used to be, yeah. I mean, because there's mad Puerto Ricans in Williamsburg, so they're like right next to each other. My block had a bunch of Puerto Rican families on it. Puerto Rican, Polish, and Irish, and then and a few Italians. Yeah, the Polish are not many Poles left in Greenpoint.
No,
they're all forced out.
They're moving out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. If you didn't buy in the '90s in Greenpoint, damn,
You messed up.
You fucked up.
Coming from a guy who didn't buy in Greenpoint.
I didn't buy. My parents did though.
Your parents did?
Yeah.
They bought kids.
95.
95, great year.
Yeah.
So they're going to sell their townhouse? What's going on?
No, they're still there. I mean, the fucked up thing is like, it's like, yeah, you could sell it and make
$1 billion.
and definitely make a lot of money, but then like, you can't buy anything.
That's the problem.
in the city, at least. Like, they could move, they can move out of the city.
And
they're
economy?
like still working and shit. So it's like, that's why it's kind of a scam. It's like, yeah, you sell your house and you made a massive profit from when you bought it.
Right.
But it like the house cost all of your money then too in 95, and getting a new house will still cost all of your money.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like your house hasn't gone up in value at all if you want to stay in New York City.
Right.
Which,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm like, stay, you know? Actually, I'm like, leave. I don't know which one, but
Whichever.
yeah.
So you wash your feet.
Oh my God, you got a white girl plaque. You got a white guy plaque. You got
I got a white girl plaque.
You got a
It's
white
what
girl.
it
You got a
is.
white girl guy plaque.
Yeah. I got a trans plaque.
Yeah, dude. My theory is that with the you got a trans plaque. Is that if you go over to a girl's house and she's got one of those, wife her up because she's not depressed.
Oh. You think that
It's a
shows
clear
not
sign of
one,
not being depressed.
just one?
I think if you've one, I think the more you have, the less depressed you are.
Really?
Actually, no. I'd say there's probably like a 10. No, it's probably about like 6.
Oh, wow.
And then it's like, oh, there's something else going
I
on
do
here.
not think you're a mental health clinician. I think 1 is like, okay. And then once they get to 2, you're like, that's a lot of positivity surrounding you physically. Why do you need that much physical positivity around you?
Because, dude, they're just live, laugh, loving, dude. That's how they do. Their parents are still together. Their dad isn't creepy. You know, like they grew up. They went to a good state school. They were in like a good sorority. They didn't get drugged at a frat party. You know, and they work in digital marketing, and they're not depressed.
Okay, it sounds like you're talking about one girl that you've been seeing, and you're like, no, she's fine. She's not depressed.
No, dude, that does sound like one girl, but let me tell you that is the majority of women that live in the East Village, and or Soho, and or Gramercy, and or
It's like a Yorkville girl you're describing.
I don't even know where that. I never want to know where is Yorkville.
You don't know where Yorkville
Is
is?
it in the Bronx?
No. Upper East Side, baby.
Oh, Yorkville, like on York. That's York. I always call that Upper East Side.
No,
Yorkville?
Yorkville's like 80th to 96.
On York.
85th to 96. From like York to, I don't know, Madison, Lexington.
I got mugged down there once. I got mugged on 88th and 1st.
You got mugged on 88th and 1st?
Yeah.
Like one of the nicest parts of the city?
Yeah.
How'd you get mugged in one of the nicest parts of the
Dude,
city?
I mean, it's Upper East Side is fun. Like, Upper East Side is kind of block to block. Like, there's a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of like projects and shit over there too. I went to school up there, and yeah, I was on the phone. Okay, I don't know how much more time we have, but because this is kind of okay. So in high school, I played a game called Killer.
Okay, well, that's your first problem.
It was so sick. We had these guns that shot little plastic tracers, and we would modify them so that they would shoot like straight and accurate and really fucking fast. And there were 6 players on a team.
Okay.
$25 a player.
Oh.
10 to 12 teams throughout the school. It's played 24.
And this is school sanctioned, I assume.
No, you get suspended.
Okay.
It's school. The school block is the only safe zone in the entire city. So you're safe as soon as you get on the block, and then it's played 24 hours a day for as long as it takes. So it's arranged in a circle, and so you're playing the teams on either side of you.
Okay.
And so eventually the teams get knocked off, and a winner, and there's a winner.
Okay.
And there are 3 judges, 2 senior judges and 1 junior judge, and the year that I was a junior judge, I was on the phone on 88th and 1st, and I just get fucking rocked in the back of the head by like 4 little dudes. And I was also
midgets or
nah. They were just like, there's probably like 5 of them, and I was just like so shocked, and they like knocked my phone right out of my hand, and so, but it like sucked because I was on the phone all the time, like people were being like,
well, you were a judge.
people were like, he shot me, no he didn't, I had my foot on the block, like no you didn't, because that was like a big thing, like you would step off the block and like pop, people like bah, and then step right back on the block, and just pop, you know. Anyway, so yeah, and then they ran off my shitty ass flip phone. I chased them, and they got away.
That's what they stole. The flip
Yeah,
phone.
I think that they were just like robbing me for fun. Like, I don't think that they were really.
For practice.
Yeah, dead ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On 88th and 1st.
Yeah, I was like, this guy.
Okay.
This guy looks rob. I got mugged. I've been mugged a lot.
You've been mugged a lot?
Yeah, I feel like people used to get jumped back in the day, but like maybe it was just me. Nah, my homies got jumped. My homies, we were getting jumped.
No one's ever said homies that way. Me and my homies,
Me and my boys, we got
we
fucked.
been bitches.
Me and my boys, we got
we
robbed.
got our
What you
shit
think?
rocked, son.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
No
people
other
would-
crew got robbed
people
like
would
us.
Fuck us up, yo.
You're the opposite of G Unit.
Yeah. Yeah, L's. Just straight L's. Yeah, my boy Cyrus got robbed buying like $200 worth of weed.
Okay, that makes sense.
I got robbed by a retarded guy.
Yes. It took 53 minutes to get to this. This is exactly what I want.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it. But yeah, a retarded man was able to take my money.
Well, I mean, they are strong.
It didn't even come to do it. I didn't even know that he identified that way.
He just talked
it
his
made
way into stealing from you?
Well, okay, so it was on 96th and Lex. I was getting out the train. It was snowing.
96 and Lex?
It's probably like 10th grade.
Another nice neighborhood.
Yeah, I went to school in 94th and Park. Hunter College High School. Representing the big ass.
Why'd you keep getting jumped in nice neighborhoods?
Dude, well, back then it was like mixed. Like nobody gets jumped anymore. People do not be getting jumped like they used to be. I feel like with security cameras, like it's just harder to. There's like, if you're gonna get caught on tape, like for sure. There's, how much are you really gonna pull from just mugging somebody? Like it's a total. There's no strategy to it. There's no like. The return seems totally disproportionate to the potential risk. You know.
I hear you.
Just like rob a drug dealer, or something. You
Right.
know? Or a bank. I don't know. It's like I'm sure the penalty for robbing a bank is like pretty much the same as like mugging me on the street.
Yeah, probably not, but
I don't know.
I'll let you keep going.
I don't know. I'm just
spitballing here.
I'm spitballing. Anyway, I was walking to school, 96 and Lex. I'm late. I'm like, it's snowing. This guy starts walking next to me. Tall, skinny black dude, and he's like, I'm like, what? We're just like walking together. He's like, I'm like, what?
Maybe he was deaf.
Yeah. I was like, are you Chinese? And he was like, I've got a knife. And I heard like, so I had a knife. And I'm like, okay. Like what? And then he was like, I was like, do you want? I started like helping him.
Are you trying to rob me?
I started like helping him. I was like, do you want my wallet? Do you want my phone? Like, what are we doing here? And he was like, yeah, the wallet. And so I was like, all right, fine. I gave him my wallet. I had like $1 and a student MetroCard in it. And then I dip into Sing's, which was this deli on the corner. And I called. I might have called like. Oh, I called one of the security guards at school, who's like my boy. I was like, "Damn, dude, I just got fucking robbed. I'm gonna be late." And he's like, "Stay right there. I'm gonna come get you." And then the homie comes back into the store. The guy who robbed me hands me back my student MetroCard and my student ID. Steals a can of Coke, leaves.
Do you think it was Do you think the school guard knew the tall retard?
No. And then so the security guard, he's like, I'm gonna call the cops. I'm like, nah, it doesn't matter. I didn't have anything in it. I was like, nah, I gotta call the cops. I was like, all right. So the cops come, pick me up. We're driving around. He's like, they got him. And he'd mugged like 12 people in like 3 blocks. And
That's a pretty good.
he was just bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
And then he tried to rob this like kind of sexy like Spanish chick, and she was like, "Show me the fucking knife." And which I was like, "Damn, I should have said that." You know, it's like, damn, she really really showed me up on this one. But and then he was like, "What's your number?"
No, he didn't.
Yeah. The detective loved telling me this, and then I was at that point that like they got him, and so they like driving past him, and I'm like, yeah, that's the fucking guy. And also when they drive past, here's how I was in the squad car. Like, imagine if this had been like a seasoned criminal. They just have him look up. That's my protection as I'm in the squad car, like pointing out this guy. They just have the guy look up instead of like looking at me and be like, "Oh, that fucking guy, he's gonna die." He's pointing me out. That was their defense. They just had this fucking retarded criminal just look up at this guy.
He was in the car with you?
No, he was on the sidewalk. I'm
Okay.
in the car.
Yeah.
We roll past so that I can like ID him or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I don't hear from the detectives for like 6 months, and then I get a call from the detective being like, "Yeah, so just a little update on the case. Yeah, we had to let him go due to the fact that he's technically retarded."
What's the technicality of that?
I guess he was like borderline. I guess he had like probably like a 55 IQ or some shit. I think he told me. I think it was like, yeah, he's got like a 55 IQ. Sad story.
So you could just be out on the street robbing people if you're dumb enough.
Yeah, because you're not very good at it. And honestly, out of the 3 times that I've been robbed, it was by far the most gracious experience that I've had.
They gave your stuff back.
He gave me my stuff back.
That's in New York.
Yeah, dude.
That's a good slogan. If you're dumb enough, you could rob here.
Yeah, if you die, dude. I mean, I believe that probably most like low-level criminals, not the brightest.
Usually you don't find out they went to MIT.
It's a pretty yeah. It's not a good career. Like
It's not a career.
There's a lot of better ways to rob people and make more money.
Right.
Like, don't rob me. I'm 16. I'm walking to public school in the snow. You think I'm breaded up right now? My mom would give me like $3 a day for fucking for lunch. Like, yo, did you do this in high school? Would you like make friends with the rich girls because you knew they wouldn't finish their food, and so then you would get to eat half their food?
No. What?
We got to go out for lunch, and all like the rich girls would like get Chipotle or like whatever, like get these fat meals, and then me and my broke ass friends.
Yo, that's a level of poverty I've never seen before.
I mean, it wasn't like poverty. It was just like I don't think my parents knew how much shit costs. Like, but $3, I could get fed for $3. That was like 2 slices of pizza.
Yeah, it's like a package of Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. No, like 3 packs of Pop-Tarts back then.
Oh, yeah?
2004 to 2010.
Oh, 2004 to 2010.
Yeah, my high school started in 7th grade. But, yeah. Anyway.
All right. We did it. An hour.
That was an hour. Fuck, dude.
All right. I don't know what's staying in this episode. But we'll see. We'll see afterwards.
Oh, man. Maybe this should be for Patreon only.
Yeah. Let me make a Patreon.
Put a paywall.
And then we'll figure it out.
Put a paywall behind this one.
Boy. There's going to be some deleted scenes. All right.
Do you delete scenes?